Last week, we had all-male conversation on Gen Zs versus the system. This week is going to be the Divas edition. And what do you think about women in politics? Today, I have 3 beautiful guests with me, and we are going to dive deep into the conversation. This episode is going to explore the journey of women, students, in politics, right? And so we have... what's your name? Vera, right. I always forget her name because she's very, mysterious. So we have Vera, we have Hillary, and we have...
I'm Jemima.
Jemima. I didn't get her name right. So yes, I have 3 girls with me here. And we have 2 of them from Legon, and then we have UniMAC-IJ. Let's rep the house. How are you feeling today?
I'm very fine.
How are you feeling, Jemima?
I'm
Hillary?
okay.
I'm doing good.
My energy is a bit down, but I don't think it's going to affect the show. Well, so before we start the whole conversation, I want to congratulate you and you. You are still incoming?
The deputy WOCOM, the current one.
The current one.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to congratulate all the ladies in the house. I used to think that women don't really love politics, back in the days where we have about 80 to let's say 95% of men in politics and just 5% being women. But now the trajectory is changing because I see a lot of women to the point where our vice president is even a woman. So that means that the women are actually getting the grip of the whole political thingy, right? So I want to congratulate all of you for the positions you are holding. Amazing. And I wish I can also become one, but I'm too scared. Politics makes me, yeah, like when you have to stand for a position and the vote for you and you're not getting, that kind of feel when you're doing politics. But anyway, so my first question, and it's going to go, we're going to have a conversation. It's not going to be like a question and answer kind of thing, right? Yeah. But I'll also want to have like in-depth knowledge about some of these things because a lot of women out there will want to be in the spaces or positions that you guys are holding. So if I ask and you have more knowledge about it, try to give me more details. So why should women care about student leadership and politics, first of all? Vera, what do you think?
Thank you. For my aspects of politics that I am in my hall, that is Hilla Limann hall, 70% of them are women.
Women?
Yes.
Okay, so your position again?
General Secretary.
General Secretary.
Yeah.
And 70%
of
the whole?
Yeah, population are women.
Okay.
So if there's not a woman leadership inside, who would understand them?
Right.
Do you understand?
So has it always been like this, or it's just this year that you have about 70% being women?
Last year it was the same, but last 2 years I would say that it was 60%, but almost always majority are women.
Okay.
Yes.
Majority.
Yeah. And unfortunately this year it is just me that is a woman in the whole executives that were elected. So
no, I'm a bit confused. You said majority of them are women, as in the positions they hold.
No.
So yeah.
The whole population.
Right.
70% of them.
Oh, you mean the students?
Yes.
Okay.
The residents.
Okay.
70% of them are women.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, I get it.
So if there's not any woman there, who would understand the women? Like, sorry to say this, but if you go to any man for any help or whatever, they come with what? Some attachment, some strings.
Right.
But as a woman, if you come to me, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
So you need to help them.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's easy to communicate with your fellow woman. Do you understand?
I get it.
Yeah.
So Hillary, how does it feel like to be the general secretary for the whole school, right? Is it for the whole school?
Yes.
How does it feel like?
Honestly, it feels overwhelming.
Right.
Before I became the general secretary, there was a perception I had. I thought it was all rosy. It was actually all about helping students or communicating. But I realized after I took up a position that it's not just about communicating. It's about representation. It's about advocacy. It's about welfare. And for me, it has been a learning process for me because every stage or every path I have taken, even in this role, has been a learning ground for me. even in that learning process, I'm able to impact my society. And let me say, University of Ghana is one of the best schools in Ghana, and you attest to that fact. However, there are challenges every institution does face, and I know that we are working towards that peak. Here we are.
Okay, so with the whole SRC, the Student Representative Council, how many how many percentage of this group is like is women? Yes, I
do understand.
You understand? Yes.
Yes. So we are made up of 4 executives. That means that is my president, my vice president, myself, and my treasurer. We are the executive board or executive council, and I'm the only girl. It's not unfortunate. It is really fortunate for me because I get to give out what other women cannot give. Exactly. I represent them. Right. However, when it comes to committee members, we have about 2 other women who are committee members. We have the Women's Commissioner, and we have one other committee. And there was a bit of bias somewhere, but in our Constitutional Review Committee, we have great women there, like my friend Nache, and they are doing so well.
Okay. Jemima, your position?
Deputy WOCOM 14.
Deputy 14.
Yes.
Okay. How does it feel like? Are you the only woman as well?
No. I think my part, the story is a little bit different.
Different, okay.
Because for all the executives, I think women are more, from the president to, the finance, the we have other, women with different portfolios. And I think we are even more than the men.
The men, right.
Yes. And I think the narrative of, women not wanting to go into politics, I think we've bypassed that stage. We've gone far. The only thing I see or think is not that we do not want to, but it is because we've not been able to bridge the gap between understanding what governance is and what politics is.
Right.
So politics is actually the power of, the power play thing. And then because we come from a system where women are mostly, subjected down there. So when it has to do with power, we want to give it to the men because we think the patriarchy thing, they are supposed to be there.
Yes.
So basically, that's what it is. But when it has to do with the governance, which is the action that we use the power to do, I think women know what has to be done.
Right.
Because we sit back and we want accountability. We question things. We want to say, look, especially this system of women. We're talking Gen Z.
Yeah.
So we, the Gen Zs, we question things. Why is it not like this? We need transparency. We need accountability. All of that. So it makes now women feel like, if you cannot give me this, if I'm not getting that, I should be there myself to get things fixed. So I think from my background, there are a lot of women, taking initiative to...
And was it very difficult applying to the position you have now? Because, there's this saying that when you give a woman power, they try to override it. Like they want to take advantage of it. That is why a lot of times people are scared of female HRs. Because they're like, no, if she's a female, then you are doomed. Because we don't want to give them those positions. So how was it like going for that position? Did they allow you to take care, around with it, or it was a bit difficult?
It wasn't difficult because one is, it's the portfolio for women. So it's women's commissioner. Okay. So definitely you need a woman to lead the women. So I wouldn't say it's difficult.
Okay.
What I would say is, or what made it difficult is the expectations, right? So when I say expectations, I have expectations as a lead, and then, the people you are leading would also have expectations, right? Now, within that period, you're competing. with someone who also think they have the capacity to also show up. So you would go through some struggles, and if you have to prove yourself, it means you want to prove yourself beyond another capacity, so you push. And that's the only difficult aspect of it.
Okay, so my question is, why didn't any of you stand for president?
Do you want me to go first?
Okay, yeah, go.
We are Gen Zs, and we don't like to give unfiltered information.
Okay.
So
it has to be unapologetic. Do we have it here? I think this year's theme is unapologetic. So
okay, unapologetic.
Yeah.
For me, there was so much
controversies.
Not just controversies. There was so much like complexities surrounding it.
Okay.
For me, that I was a bit shy. I was a bit timid. People saw me to be all bubbly and lovely, but I had a bit of like shyness, and there was so much like attack on my personality.
Okay.
And I didn't want to go for a position where I'm not able to give people what they expect of me. However, my genuine or unapologetic reason was that I didn't have so much resources to
financially.
Because if I had the resources, I sometimes tell my president that what he does, we all could do it. However, if we were all having those resources, we all could actually mobilize funds, get people, because leadership is all about the numbers.
Okay.
If you have people who are able to support you, and people know that everybody knows the way the system runs. Yes, we are not trying to keep the system, we are trying to break the system. However, in breaking the system, you need setting like
you have to be very strategic about
you need strategic people, you need resources,
right?
And for women, you need like twice the resources. So when I saw Jude Michelle aspiring for president, trust me, every University of Ghana student that knew me knew that I was rooting for that lady, because it takes confidence, it takes so much authentic, it takes so much guts for a woman to stand up and aspire for a male dominated position. For her to get people to rally behind her genuinely, it's another grace all on its own. And the next thing is to get resources. But I feel like one reason why most young women also not run for these positions is that they are not equipped enough. They do not have the experience. They do not have
why don't they have the experience?
Because they don't want to take up the roles that will prepare them for those positions.
So that's where the problem is. Do you understand? Because yes, let me say something. Because if we are all fighting for equality,
equity,
like the feminists will say, we are all equal. So the position that a man can hold, I can also hold. So if you sit back and say you don't have the resource or you're shy, the man will go for it. And that's where the struggle comes in, because when he comes, he is coming with his own rules, and you would have to follow. So if you don't want to follow, you need to compete with a man.
Sweetheart, let me even say this. You know, going to the women for sponsorship is sometimes difficult. Even a fellow woman, before she gives you sponsorship, the guidelines she will lay down for you. But trust me, when the men go to the men for sponsorship or for support, for assistance, they go all out for them. But when a fellow woman goes to their own, I want to use the word, our big sisters and big aunties and big grandmothers who are making it, sometimes some of them make it a bit difficult for us to get access. And when they do, they want to own it instead of being a supportive like system. They want to own it. If we all are to own people's ideas, or we want to take over their ideas, I don't think the world will be a beautiful place. So that's another challenge young women face.
A woman rightly told me that she will never vote for a female president in the hall.
Thank you very much. I think we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll know why she didn't want to vote for a female in the hall. Welcome back from the break. You're still watching the Gen Z show on Metro Television. We're talking about Gen Zs versus the system, and this is the Divas edition. So before we went for the break, Vera was telling us that a lady in her hall told her to her face that I'm never and ever and ever, ever, ever going to vote for a woman. And why did she say that to you?
She told me that women are emotional.
Okay.
We only deal with things emotionally. Yeah.
Okay.
So a woman being a president and then ruling with those kind of emotions and mood swings, she doesn't think it's ideal.
Well, so what did you tell her?
I told her that I might run for president. I am a very factual person. Luckily for me, my parents, my father is very factual.
Okay.
Very, very factual. And my mom is spiritual.
Okay.
So that's the combination I have.
Okay.
My dad would always say that I have to take responsibility for my actions. I should know the consequences of my actions and not deal with them emotionally. So I am not so emotional. I am a woman. I acknowledge that, yes, we are emotional beings, but when it comes to doing the right thing, taking responsibility, making certain decisions, it is not about emotions. Men are also emotional.
Yeah.
Men are very emotional, just that they don't express it. The difference between a man and a woman is that women express their emotion and men don't. We are both emotional, like the level of emotions are the same. They don't express and we express. And I think expressing is healthy.
Okay.
Rather than not expressing it.
Yeah.
That is what I told her. Unfortunately, I did not run for the presidency. Not because of her, but because of other reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to share.
No.
Jemima, why didn't you go for president?
I think for me, it has nothing to do with what someone thinks, what someone didn't do, nor other reasons. It's just for my pattern.
Okay.
Where I want to get to, the things I'm doing now, and how to think of connecting what I am now to what I want to be later. Yes. So the idea is I already run like, some small women organization, something. So the idea of there's something I know women must be to understand. There's a certain level of support I expect. So if I am expecting it, who is to do it? I am. Yeah. So I put myself there to be that woman I am expecting to see. That's basically the reason, not because I cannot or do not want to do, occupy other portfolios. Yes. And the aspect of, she mentioned something about women being emotional and men, but I want to just add a few to that. That notion in the first place. Yeah. I don't even want to say this.
Philosophy. I also agree with
yes. It doesn't even make any sense to me. I am not one of the, people part of the agenda of the women equality thing, what man can do. I'm not a feminist.
Okay.
But I believe that there are lots of things I can do a man cannot do.
Like what?
Lots of things, my dear. You see, we were all created as different genders for different purposes.
Right.
This is reason. This is simple. There's something you can do, and that's what you're meant for. And there's something I can do, I'm meant for. Unfortunately, we find ourselves in a system where the system itself created what the man should be doing and what the woman should be doing. And so even if I have the capacity to do certain things that the man is doing, it's looking like, hey, you can't be there because you have always been here. That's the problem. Not because we are supposed to be the same people, right? That's one. And then emotions aspect. Hello, I even still think that men are more emotional than women. The reason I see that is, you know how many things women can actually handle emotionally?
Yeah.
And there's a saying that women can actually multitask and a guy can't.
That's us. So like everything emotion is, we have control. What if you like, pick your phone right now and check what is called emotional intelligence, emotional balance. Which people have it more?
It's the women.
Women, we have that more. So she mentioned that the difference is how we express it.
Yeah.
So men don't. They do. You see, it's expressed differently, but they do express it.
Yeah.
It's just that some of them express it, overly, and some don't. But they do throw tantrums a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot.
I wanted
get
to
it?
add that
So it's for the emotional aspect, we are all emotional. I don't even know what we call emotion. Anger is emotion. Happy is emotion. I mean, there are a lot
All
of
of it,
emotions,
yeah.
and men do feel all of these things.
Exactly.
You get it?
Yeah.
The only thing is the balance of how do I feel here? How do I make sure what I'm feeling here is right?
And does not affect
And does not
anything,
affect this.
right?
That's just the difference. But everybody do feel. And you also made mention about women in position, and when a woman is a HR, you mentioned something earlier. In my mind, I think what actually causes that, to me, there's no data backing what I'm saying. I'm just thinking that I think because the society already had sidelined women, so women want to prove that I can be there. And you see, if I'm here being a boss to a man, right? Because already the system has, established this point in his mind that I am not qualified to be there, there is a certain level of toughness and capacity I need to maintain that space. So I think that is why we keep seeing some women not able to really handle some of these positions that way. But I bet it's not all women. We have women who really enter into positions and they have balance. They know what exactly has to be done there.
Okay, so
you mentioned that why didn't we go for president?
Yeah.
But another reason is that in my 4 years in University of Ghana, I've always been thriving well in the general secretary portfolio.
Oh.
Second year, I was the general secretary for my department, Association of Students of Social Work. I was the general secretary for a lot of organizations, and I was doing well in that role.
Okay.
I felt like everybody must become better than who they currently are.
Yeah.
So I decided to take up that role so I could improve on what I was doing, and also to explore what that role could also have for my, let me say, constituents or students. Another thing I wanted to add about women and leadership, and there's one thing, it's not just about women who are in those positions. They try to be tough. Some they develop coping mechanisms, and these sometimes are a bit harsh even to their fellow women. So you realize that maybe this woman wasn't like this before becoming a CEO or becoming an HR, but she's trying to fit in. And getting to fit in, society has a lot of standards they measure us by, and women try their best to fit the standards. Sometimes they even lose that whole, let me say, empathy or that sympathetic aspect of a woman.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that she's not calm, she's not kind, she's not compassionate. She is, but she knows where to actually express that emotion. But for the workplace, boots for boots.
Okay, so what do you think about Jude Michelle? KNUST electing her as the new president.
Oh, I think they made a very right choice. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, of course.
Do you know her personally?
I do not know her personally.
But you just think she's the right person for the position?
I won.
Okay.
I won my position because people thought I was capable of my job.
Right.
And I believe that she won because they saw in her some potentials that it would benefit the school.
Right. Jemima, what do you think?
Basically, that's the idea, the base idea.
Okay.
If we are all going for a position or we're contesting for a position, I mean, the next person is not blunt in the head. Definitely, they have a capacity. And then, but if the people choose a particular person, it tells that there is something they need and they think that person have it. So, yeah.
So, does any of the political parties like MPP and NDC have an influence in your positions that you hold right now?
They do.
They do?
I feel the future of Ghana is dependent on our generation.
Right.
And these political parties need to mentor us to take up these roles in the future, whether we like it or
not.
yes, not or not, or yes.
Okay.
So they some way scout for young people who are good.
Yeah.
Whatever role it is, it could be communication, it could be human relations, it could even be public relations.
Right.
It could be groundwork like mobilization.
Yeah.
Everything they scout and they find people in that generation to mentor to become better than they are. So I believe that every political party right now is still looking, whether they do that directly or indirectly. And that is why most of these politicians also attend programs, because they want to see how young people are doing out there, so they could pick or bring them together. And every politician needs somebody to actually rely on when they are no more.
Okay.
Right from student level, from my role to president to even management level to politics, government, they all need people they could groom so that when they are no more, they could look back and say, this child, this young woman, this young man, I personally mentor that person. And another thing is, politicians or politics thrives on resources. Most often, these politicians get funding from international organizations.
Okay.
So they need people that they could also link them to these people so that their resources do not go waste.
Okay.
So that there is sort of continuity.
Okay.
That's what I
so
think.
do you look up to any female politician in Ghana here?
Me personally.
Yeah, I mean to all of you. Because I'm believing that all of you would want to take up political positions somewhere later in life. So you should have a role model, somebody that is working so hard that you want to be like them. You don't have anybody?
Oh, I do, but I don't.
You don't mention their names. Oh, that's okay. Makes sense. Hillary, no?
Okay, it's not that I wouldn't want to mention their name.
Okay.
There are a lot of people I look up to.
Well, I get it. Because
Okay.
maybe you mentioned their names and they are maybe either MPP, NDC, and you don't want that kind of
No,
conversation.
that's not the point.
Okay.
I have a great mentor in NPP and I have an also mentor in NDC.
Right.
Growing up, I've always believed that where you want to be, you will be.
Okay.
I do not need someone to decide for me.
Yeah.
The choice lies in my hands.
Yeah.
And these people, they give us room to explore.
Mm-hmm.
They don't force us. Okay, I have great mentors in the MPP and I have great mentors in the NDC, and I'm still looking forward to more. So I wouldn't want to limit my opportunities.
Okay.
Yes, but I appreciate and they have been great people who have supported me till date.
But I hope they are women though.
They are.
Okay.
I don't have the
So
same
that
story.
affects, right? I think it has to be really paid attention to. When you were talking earlier, you mentioned something about when the men go to
Oh, thank you.
the men
That story.
for support, they get the support
They want.
they want. But then
Women-
for women,
It's a bit of a challenge.
I am one person that idea or notion that women support women, I'm one person that I'm still looking for how. I'm that one person that I don't know if it's because of my experience, but I'm still looking for how do they do it, because I hardly see it.
I think they do.
Now,
Nana
wait,
is actually
I'm
helping
coming.
a lot of women out there.
You mentioned Nana. How many women do we have in this country?
A lot.
And so you are mentioning one person that you know, but there are people.
I can't mention all of them right now.
No, yeah, but the
So-
point I'm trying to say is, I want to tap from
From
what
my-
she said
Right.
to explain what I'm explaining, okay? Because there's already a point that
okay.
we want to elaborate on.
Okay.
She said, when the men go to the men, they get
The help.
the help. I'm a WOCOM, so I mean, I've
This is
been to a
from
lot of
experience.
offices.
It's
Yeah,
called
okay.
empirical evidence.
Thank
Right.
you. So when you enter the spaces where you find men and you are a woman, it's so easy for them to help you.
Very easy.
It's so easy. Those who are not even interested in doing anything with you, they just want to see you do well.
Because
Yeah.
they feel like you are doing well as a young woman.
woman.
You get
Right.
it? But there's this thing with
Women to women.
that when we see ourselves, there's
Don't you think it's a biological thing? Like,
No,
it's something that has
women
been
feel
there.
like they are even their younger
can we change
people are like a competition to them, and that is a notion we have to
And
like.
that breaks me because I feel like, how are we fighting this fight of we are women, we can do this, we can do that? Like, the advocacy is so loud because we want our voices to be heard, but then we ourselves,
We are not helping.
we're not even helping ourselves.
Because they don't want you to be better than them.
So I think the change will start from here.
It
on
has
the
already
Gen Z
begun.
show.
Oh, it has begun.
Yeah. So because
It
now
has
we have
begun.
all women,
Yeah.
and you know how it feels like you have experienced the first hand, and so maybe if you get to 50 plus and you are becoming the vice president or the president of Ghana, and somebody comes to you, another woman comes to you, you know how to go about it. Because,
I think they all said the same thing when they were young. I think it has to do with values
but are you going to change that narrative?
of helping young women.
Yes.
I'm even helping young women because I brought all my ladies to this show.
Hey, where are they?
I'm also
Wow.
part of the
Yeah.
Yes, anything
yes.
women, I am going to root for them because
Yeah.
I've been vulnerable before, and I know what it takes for a young woman to stand for herself, speak for herself,
Right.
show up for herself when it matters and how it actually matters.
Right.
So when I see young people in their capacity, whether they hold positions or not, doing better for themselves, I, Hillary, Nyarko, Philipa,
Period.
will always root for them. So whenever I see any woman running for a position, I'm really like, not just emotional, I am very sensitive about it because these women are the ones going to shape our nation years to
Yeah.
come, even as we see. So yes, I will really help.
Hi, Vera, Nyantakyi Bannor.
Come
I'm
on.
with you.
Okay, so my final question, like I have a lot of questions, but time is up. We'll have to wrap up now. But I want you to, send a word to the young woman out there who is trying so hard to take up a position to help herself and the Gen Zs and whoever. The youth out there, because it's not easy at all.
I first want to say that know that whatever you do,
Right.
it comes with challenges. Whether you lead or not, whether you eat or not, whether you sleep or not, whether you decide to work or not, you will still have challenges.
Okay.
Maybe you are not privileged, or maybe you have not taken up the initiative, but whatever you want to do, there will
You
be
can do
challenges.
it. Okay.
So that whole notion of you cannot do it, I feel every young woman should take it out of their minds.
Okay.
Secondly, know that there are people out there who are going to root for you. Jude Michelle is the perfect example. See, everybody is watching you right now, wherever you are. You might not see them with your eyes. Maybe you need to get a meta glasses. But everybody is watching you some way, somehow. And whenever you stand up for yourself, consistency will take you there.
Okay.
But it's up to your values that will keep you there. I believe every woman out there has the potential. Whatever you want to do, there will be challenges. But you have to know that if you are determined and you have a vision for it, it will thrive. And I have come to understand that whether the women help us or not, some
We'll
way,
still
somehow,
make it.
there will be a way.
Right.
There is a statement, wherever there is a will, there is a way. Wherever you stand, wherever you are, whatever you do, so far as you decide to take up an initiative, it could even be as little as being a course rep.
Yeah.
There will still be a way out. So do not be limited by anything. See, stereotypes are wild right now. Like, there is so much, let me say, limitations women are facing right now. But you are not alone. There are other women out there willing to help you, willing to support you. And once you do that, I think you will be a better version of yourself. That is what we preach.
Thank you so much. Do you have anything to say, Jemima?
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
give you 30 seconds.
Okay, so the idea of I cannot do it is something not only to be far from only in leadership. Life, there shouldn't be anything around that I should or you should be telling yourself you cannot do it. Now, talking about leadership and other aspects of life, I think not everybody is a leader. I believe that.
Yeah.
Everyone has what they can do and do very well.
Okay.
But if you sense and see within somewhere that you can lead, that's when you tell yourself nothing should stop me.
you,
Break
yeah.
all the borders, break all the barriers, and walk to it, because that is why you are here. It becomes your purpose. That's the only thing that you are best at doing. So you hit on it and make sure you get it done right.
Thank you so much.
Last thing, you see, they all mention the support, the physical aspects. Don't forget God.
Hey,
Yes.
preach on.
Don't forget God.
Okay.
You need God.
You need
know,
God, right.
As a
As
male,
a Christian,
yeah.
because you may never know. Some
Yeah,
people don't
yeah,
worship God.
yeah.
So
As a Christian, any entity you worship,
You should just say whatever people believe.
yeah, whatever,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
must hold on to it. And I mean, if you listen, if you follow, if you believe, it would really guide you
yeah.
to wherever you are destined to be, wherever you are supposed to be, any position, as a woman, as a man, you have to listen to that entity. And if you believe, you will be there.
Yeah.
You know, politics is very spiritual. Before it comes to man and female, it's very spiritual. So
Right. Very, very spiritual. That's what Vera has to say to us today. So, first of all, I don't know. I enjoyed the conversation. I don't know about you. But yes, thank you so much, ladies, for coming. Hillary, Jemima, Vera, I appreciate you a lot. And I hope that someday I'm going to be seeing you guys as president, vice president, and, you know, goes on and on and on and on. And yes, this is the Gen Z show. My name is Lakeisha. If you miss out on today's episode on TV, you can always watch on our YouTube page. And of course, they're going to be short episodes, or let me say, excerpts, on TikTok. So stick and stay with us. See you on our next episode. Bye.